Hello everyone. Today we're going to discuss about basic information about introduction to biochemistry. As you people are aware about what is biochemistry, but in today's class I will brief you about what is biochemistry basically it is, what are the things we are going to learn in biochemistry, and what is the importance of biochemistry in a living organism. So if we will split this term biochemistry, so we can find that this is consist of two terms. One is bio and second one is chemistry. Bio means biology, or we can say it as a living or body or a living system, we can say. So living system, and second thing is chemistry. So what are the chemicals that are involved in a biological systems are comes under biochemistry. We basically, if I will more precise about biochemistry, what basically it is basically about, we will talk about basically the proteins, the amino acids, the lipids, carbohydrates, vitamins, nucleic acids, and all different type of nucleic acid are there. That is, one is deoxyribonucleic acid, one is ribonucleic acid. All this comes under the chemicals that involve in our biological system. So if I will brief you about what a basic living organism composed of, a basic living organism composed of basically 6 elements, that is carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur. And if if I'll give you example like carbon dioxide, water, the nitrogen gas, phosphorus gas, PO4, different type of buffers, bicarbonates, all these are basically composed of these 6 elements, and these 6 elements will helps to build some product that is basically regulating our physiological body. Okay. Biomolecules, then what is biomolecules? So biomolecules are the major component of our biological system which involve in different biological system, different physiological process. In our different physiological process, these biomolecules have the major role. If we will talk about what are the biomolecules, like our proteins, lipids, nucleic acids, polysaccharides, all are comes under this biomolecules. So these are basically called as macromolecules. These macromolecules, when they combine, they basically form a compound which is called as supramolecule, that is basically your membrane. You know that our body is basically made up of different cells. So if I will precise, when atoms get combined, they will form cell. When more number of cell combine, they will form tissue. When a tissue combine, that will form organ, and when more organ combine, it will form organ system, and when more number of different organ system combine, a whole organism is formed. So if I will give a example, and I will explain by example, like if we'll talk about liver. So when different atoms are combined to form liver cell, which is called as hepatocytes. So the organ is liver. Similarly, or when liver combine, more organ system like liver, kidney, heart, brain, when all they combine, they will form a whole organism. So this, in these cells, you know that membranes is there. If we'll talk about this cell has a membrane which is called, we called it as a plasma membrane. This part, for the formation of the plasma membrane, proteins are responsible, lipids are responsible. So these molecules are required for the development of our growth, development of a human being. So if I'll talk about what are the biomolecules are there, like proteins, deoxyribonucleic acid which called it as a DNA, ribonucleic acid which is called as RNA, polysaccharide, lipids. So if proteins break, we will get amino acids. If DNA break, deoxynucleotides are ribonucleotide. From polysaccharide, monosaccharides are there. Fatty acid when break, we will get fatty acids. When lipid breaks, we get fatty acids and glycerol. And if we talk about their functions, proteins are basically fundamental in the cells. Deoxyribonucleic acid and ribonucleic acid, these are basically called as a hereditary material. That means they basically transfer the genetic information from the parent to the offspring. Okay, sugars are the storage form of energy, and lipids are basically another form of energy for the storage form of energy for the long term uses. So in today's class we will talk about briefly about lipids. For if we'll talk about what is a lipid basically is, so lipids are basically regarded as these are basically organic substances, and these are basically insoluble. These are, as you know that lipids and fats, these are oily material. These are basically insoluble in water. Water में insoluble है and soluble in organic solvents like alcohol, ether. So and this the classification lipid is very important from the exam point of view. Questions are asked from these sessions. So if we will classify the lipids are basically of 4 types. One is simple lipid, compound lipid, derived lipid, and miscellaneous lipid. So simple lipid is basically ester of fatty acid with alcohol. These are nothing but ester of fatty acid with alcohol, and these are of 2 types like fat and oil and waxes. Fat and oils basically called it as a triacyl glycerol. We will discuss in detail in later slides. Okay, fat and oils so basically comes example is triacyl glycerol. These are basically ester of fatty acid with glycerol, and wax is same ester of fatty acid with glycerol with alcohol. Here alcohol is not glycerol, other than the glycerols are considered as the alcohol. So one question asked is, what is the basic difference between fat and oil? So fat and oil and wax. The basic difference between fat and oil and wax is basically their physical property. So fat and oils are liquid at room temperature, whereas wax are solid at room temperature. This is the difference in their physical property. Next we will talk about compound lipids. So compound lipids are fatty acid with a alcohol contains additional group. इसमें additional group extra present होता है like nitrogenous base, carbohydrates and proteins. Example is phospholipid, glycolipid, lipoprotein and other complex. All things will be discussed in the later slide. Next is derived lipid. The question always asked from the example section. What are the example of derived lipids? So example is diacyl glycerols, fat soluble vitamins. Like what are the fat soluble vitamin present in our body? That is vitamin A, D, E, K. These are fat soluble vitamins. So these are comes under derived lipid. Your steroidal hormones, hydrocarbons and ketone bodies, all these are basically comes under derived lipids. Question asked from this region, what are the example of derived lipid? Okay, next is miscellaneous lipid. Excuse me. Miscellaneous lipids examples are cholesterols, diacyl glycerols and cholesterol esters. So these are the example of different class of lipids. So if we talk about compound lipids are phospholipids. So what is phospholipid? In the phospholipid, phosphoric acid is present along with the nitrogenous bases. Additionally, alcohol and fatty acid is a common in a lipid. Fatty acid and alcohol is common. Other than that we will find phosphoric acid and nitrogenous bases in their structure. These are basically of 2 types. One is glycerophospholipid and another one is sphingophospholipid. So glycerophospholipids, why they are called as glycerophospholipid is basically presence of glycerol as a alcohol. Here glycerol is present as a alcohol. Example is your lecithin and cephalin. Question asked from the example, so please remember. Next is sphingolipid. So sphingolipids are when sphingosine is present as alcohol. In case of sphingolipid, sphingosine is present as alcohol, and example is sphingomyelin. Next is glycolipid. Here basically carbohydrate is present additionally. Glyco means glyco. So from the glyco you can predict that this is the glucose material. Carbohydrate will be present. Example is ganglioside. Please remember, question will be asked. Next is lipoprotein. These are macromolecular complex of lipids and protein. Other are sulfolipids, aminolipids and lipopolysaccharides. Okay, let us talk about what are the functions. So what is the necessary of this lipid molecule in a biological system? As discussed earlier, this is a For this is basically act as a reserve fuel. This is basically act as a reserve fuel. Example is triacylglycerol. Lipids are the constituent of membrane structure and structural membrane permeability. As I discussed earlier, that for the preparation or for the synthesis of a cellular membrane, lipid molecules are considered as the major component. So these are basically what are the lipids that involved. That main is your phospholipid and cholesterol molecule. They are also sorbed. They are sorbed as a source of fat soluble vitamin. As this also I discussed earlier. These are also act as a source of a fat soluble vitamin. I have discussed with earlier. Derived lipid class. Lipids are important for the cellular homeostasis, like steroidal hormone, prostaglandin synthesis. Lipid protects your internal organ from the several insulting and serve as a insulting material. Like when the adipose tissue is increases, that provide a insulating material. So adipose tissue is also a type of lipid. Now we will talk about fatty acids. So fatty acid, when we listen the term acid, we will imagine that acid means we will have this carboxylic acid structure, COH functional group. So these are basically carboxylic acid with hydrocarbon side chain. So here you will find a hydrocarbon side chain. So these are basically occurs in nature in esterified form and unesterified form. It can also available in esterified form and unesterified form, and the esterified form more lipids, fatty acids are available in the form of esterified form. Okay, so most of the fatty acids occurs in that lipids, natural lipids are basically of even carbon type. So these fatty acid may be even carbon type and odd carbon type. So most naturally occurs are even carbon types. And the example once asked in exam, that is palmitic acid and stearic acid. Remember, palmitic acid and stearic acids are most common fatty acids found in the natural lipids. So again, this fatty acid can also be divided as a saturated fatty acid and unsaturated fatty acid. So what is saturated fatty acid? If there will be no double bond, if there will be no double bond, double or triple bond, so this is considered as a saturated. If double bond or triple bond are present, this is considered as a unsaturated fatty acid. And this unsaturated fatty acids show geometrical isomerism once this question has asked in NIPER exam. So this unsaturated fatty acid basically show geometrical isomerism. Okay, so the nomenclature of fatty acid is also important things to remember. So normally you know that whenever we give a nomenclature, we initially give a priority number. Okay, we initially give a priority number. So we know that the functional group always take the first priority. So in this here also same pattern will be followed. The nomenclature, if we'll take an example of this, so if we'll take example 1, we'll start this nomenclature from this carboxylic group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we will call it as 6, 7 means heptane. If 7 carbon is there, we call it as heptane. So heptane, but यहाँ पे we'll have COH group, so we'll call it as a heptanoic acid. So another point I will going to discuss right now is we have to use two different suffix like anoic and enoic. So where it will use, if there will be no double bond, if there will be no double bond, like example for suppose in case of saturated fatty acid. In case of saturated fatty acid, we basically used enoic acid, enoic as a suffix. Similarly, in case of unsaturated compound, we will use the term enoic. Okay, enoic, A will become when the compound is saturated and E will become when compound is unsaturated. Okay, so this is the way we basically give a nomenclature to a fatty acid. Okay, so there are some list of fatty acid that basically present in our nature. These are saturated. For example of saturated fatty acid is like your acetic acid, propionic acid, butyric acid, malic acid. So palmitic acid and stearic acid, these two are important because these are most commonly occurring acid. And if we'll talk about unsaturated acids are basically these are having double bond and triple bond. Okay, so this abbreviation, how this abbreviation is given, I will discuss in some time. Unsaturated fatty acids examples are your palmitoic acid, oleic acid, linoic acid, linolenic acid, arachidonic acid. Okay, how this abbreviation basically gives? This abbreviation basically gives by the giving the position of double bond and the number of carbon present. If I will see, if we'll come to the previous slide, if I will give the nomenclature for this numbering to this acid will be like 7 0. 7 means number of carbon 7, here 0 means no double bond. Here you can see 6 16 1. 16 means number of carbon atom is here 16. 1 means there is one double bond, and after the semicolon is found, there is a number, another number 9. This basically indicate the position of double bond. If I will write 16, so 16 is number of carbon, this 1 is number of double bond, and this 9 is position of double bond. So by this way we basically give the nomenclature to a fatty acid. Okay, so next is essential fatty acids. So these essential fatty acids क्या होता है? So the essential fatty acids are the type of fatty acid which cannot be synthesized. This fatty acid cannot be synthesized in a living organism because what is the reason behind this? The major reason behind this is there is a lack of enzyme which basically incorporate double bond into this essential fatty acid. That's why it has to be supplied from the outside. So always once in the exam also question asks what example of essential fatty acid. EFA essential fatty acids का example is your linoic acid and linolenic acid. Remember this is very important from the exam point of view. Linoic acid and linolenic acid. Arachidonic acid is also considered as a essential fatty acid because the starting material for the synthesis of arachidonic acid is your linoic acid. That's why arachidonic acid is also considered as a essential fatty acid. Here what you have to remember is one thing, that the name of the fatty acid. Second thing that you have to remember is the number of carbon atom and the number of double bond or triple bond present in the compound. So in case of linoic acid 2 double bond is there, in case of linolenic acid 3 double bond is there, or in case of arachidonic acid 4 double bonds are there. 2 3 4 you have to remember like this. Linoic acid 2 double bond, linolenic acid 3 double bond, and arachidonic acid 4 double bond. You have to remember in this way. Then what are the function of essential fatty acid? So essential fatty acids are required in the membrane structure and function. Second is transportation of cholesterol transportation में help करता है. Formation of lipoprotein, prevention from fatty liver. You know that if I will give a example, simple example, in case of chronic alcoholic patient, these essential fatty acids are given as a supplement because this will help to prevent from fatty liver. So for the fatty liver, for the treatment of fatty liver, these essential fatty acids are highly necessary to protect it from this or from fatty liver. Again, synthesis of eicosanoid. If in case of eicosanoid synthesis, the essential fatty acids are involved. In case of deficiency of essential fatty acid, one disease is occur that is called as phyroderma. Remember, a question can ask from here. The disease that can occur due to deficiency of fatty acid is your phyroderma. You can see this is the typical image of phyroderma. How this is basically a horny eruption of the posterior and lateral part of the limb. Okay, you can find these pimples like a structure in different part of your body. Okay, next is triacyl glycerol. So triacyl glycerol, this is basically also called as triglyceride. These are ester of glycerol. These are basically ester of glycerol with a fatty acid. So as we discussed, it is a lipid component. This will be insoluble in a water and non-polar compound. commonly called, this is basically commonly called as a neutral fat. It is commonly called as a neutral fat. Okay, this is the most and remember, this is most abundant group of lipid which have the function to serve as a fuel in biological system. So these triacyl glycerol is basically served as a fuel in a different biological system. So these basically where it is stored, this storage form of fat basically stored in your adipocyte. Where it will store? It will stored in your adipocytes. Okay, in your adipose tissue. Okay, located in the soft, where are the, if you question ask where your adipocytes basically present, where your adipocyte basically present. So remember, adipocytes basically present in the subcutaneous layer, that is the below the cutaneous layer of the skin, as well as in the abdominal cavity. In the abdominal cavity also this triacyl glycerol basically stored, and this basically stored as a fat globules and dispersed in the cell cytoplasm. Once in the GPAT exam, one question asked about different type of fat cells. What are the different type of fat cells basically present in our body? There are three major type of fat cells present in our body. One is white fat, one is brown fat, another one is Biggie cells. White fat cells, brown fat cells, and Biggie cell. So in the next slide we will talk briefly about what this type of fat cells basically is. So if we'll talk about brown fat, so brown fat is majorly present in babies. This question already asked in a AIIMS pharmacist exam. So remember, brown fats are predominantly found in case of baby, although this also found very less amount in case of adult, but mostly it is found in case of baby. And this fat burns fatty acids to keep the body warm. So in case that's why it is tell that the neonates or babies does not feel much cold than our adult case, because due to presence of high amount of brown fat in their body. So if we talk about white fat, this is the large amount of fat. Okay, this is found in your skin or around your organs like belly, arms, buttock, and thighs. These fat cells or bodies are basically the storage form of energy. These white fats are basically act as your storage form of energy. These type of fat have also roles that these are basically serves as a hormones like estrogen, leptin hormone is basically stimulate your hunger, insulin, cortisol, and growth hormone. Then we will talk about Biggie cell. This is new finding, and this function is basically in between the brown fat and white fat. This fat basically helps to burn rather than storing. So this fat basically burns rather it's stored. So that's all about what are the different type of fats still present in your body. That's all for today. Next class we will talk more detail about lipids. Thank you.